Now it's time for the Mike Norvell TV show, presented by AutoZone, official sponsor of Tiger Athletics. From parts to helpful advice, AutoZone has everything you need to get in the zone. AutoZone. The show is supported by the Tennessee Lottery, Subway, and Chick-fil-A.
Welcome in. We hope you enjoyed your weekend. Tigers did their part to elevate everybody's mood. They started off the year 2-0. You can't be any better than 2-0. I think you accomplished a bunch. You got to play a whole bunch of folks in this game against an FCS team, which we'd never seen before. Southern from the SWAC. And a little slow start, but you took care of business.
Yeah, you know, I thought it was a really good day all in all. Like you said, we got to see a lot of different players. Some guys getting their first experience as a Tiger, and you know, it was a game that, you know, it had some ups and downs. It looked like a college football game, but our guys, I thought, did a nice job in responding. We were able to finish the game with control, especially there in the second half, controlling the ball, controlling the tempo, and you know, I thought every phase showed up at times. I really pleased with our special teams unit. Thought they were you know, definitely the deciding factor in creating a big momentum swing, and I thought those guys played really hard.
All phases, something was accomplished, that's for sure. And I got to brag on you a little bit. On Thursday in our meetings, you had talked about seeing something in special teams. You exploited that, and then at the half, you made the point where you needed a little bit more ball control, which, let's face it, the Jaguars really owned time of possession in the first half. You flipped it.
Yeah, you know, and I give credit to Coach Limbo. He did a wonderful job with our punt pressure unit. He brought a couple of things to me here early in the week, and we tried to personnel it the right way. And to see, you know, Drake Clark and Colton Cochran both get blocked punts, those were big plays in the game. And then you talk about the time of possession. You know, we struggled a little bit in the first half getting off the field. You know, defensively didn't establish you know, enough drives offensively. I think we only had 22 plays in the first half, but in the second half, I thought really took control of it. Offense put together some drives. Defense got some 3-and-outs, and you know, they were able to finish up the game how we wanted to.
Yeah, the Jaguars only had 15 yards total in the second half. Here's what's coming up on the program. You'll see all of the highlights in the game with Southern. You'll see a whole bunch of folks. Chick-fil-A Inside Access, it's the bonding they do every year in Jackson, Tennessee. And then, of course, there is the road ahead. And AutoZone's road is in Mobile next week, and that will not be easy. We relive the first half in just a moment. Stick around for the Mike Norvell TV show.
You're watching the Mike Norvell TV show.
Beautiful day at the Liberty Bowl yesterday, and I mentioned some groundbreaking history. First time Memphis had ever played a SWAC team, first time Memphis had ever played a historically black college or university, and I thought the atmosphere was great. Their band, the Human Jukebox, was terrific.
It was unbelievable. You know, I thought it was a great game. It was great because we have a lot of guys from the state of Louisiana on our team. They knew and had a healthy respect for the team that we're playing. They started off the game, you know, came in with a great game plan. Were able to kind of caught us a little bit, you know, off guard. You know, had a couple of missed tackles that extended the drive. You know, they came out and they started fast, and it just continues to show our guys that regardless of who you're playing, where you're playing, when you're playing, you've got to come out and perform at an elite level. You got to be ready to go from the start. And you know, I thought it's a good experience for our guys. You know, want to start off just talking about Kenny Gainwell. Thought he did an exceptional job throughout the game, not only on the ground, but catching passes in the air. Monte Coxey, you had a big game, went over 100 yards again. There yesterday. He continues to show up with big plays. Kind of stalled out, missed one opportunity there in the inside the 10-yard line that we've got to be able to finish in the end zone. But really proud of Riley Patterson. Came in yesterday, thought he did a great job with all of his kicks, whether it was kickoffs. He had 2 field goals that he was perfect on, and really impressed with that young man right there, Cole Mashburn, true freshman that I thought played exceptionally hard throughout the game, just really showing up big. And then we get the ball back on offense, and then here's the big play. Had a 3rd down, and Antonio Gibson, somebody we talked about early in the fall camp, a guy that we think can be a great player for us. Man, unbelievable run after the catch. Really kind of set the tone for us.
And then little adjustments here. They'd run some option, and their quarterback, Skelton, is really strong and fast, and he gave you fits, but you guys did react and make adjustments.
We did. An unbelievable hit there by Austin Hall. That one will be shown for a long time on the swing pass. Our guys, they just had to continue to settle down, go out there and keep playing. I thought we did a nice job, having had a couple of 3 and outs there defensively, got the ball back. The 2 drives we didn't score offensively, both had a penalty on it. And that's something we have to continue to get better at. We had a holding call on a screen play, which we can't have. But we punted the ball over, flipped the field, big special teams play, defense gets the stop, and then there's Drake Clark, blocking the punt, and Keith Brown with a scoop and score, getting the ball in the end zone. Keith looked like a pretty good little running back right there with the ball in his hand.
And it was good to see him back. Remember, he'd been injured since Georgia State a year ago and came back and made his presence known for sure. And we talked about strength and speed, lateral movement. There's Skelton with a big game.
Yeah, this is a drive that was probably the most disappointing in the game. I think it ended up being a 17-play drive. They had a lot of 3rd down conversions. We missed some opportunities. Had a chance to get the quarterback down, and then had a little miscommunication. Here down inside the 5, let them score the touchdown. That was probably the most disappointing drive of the game for our defense. But really pleased with the offense coming back 3rd down. A nice throw and catch with Monte Coxey, and then coming back right the very next play, Kenny Gainwell getting into the open field, and really pleased with what I saw from this young man. With Patrick Taylor being out, he had to step up along with our other backs. Got a nice block from Traydon Samuel there. It was definitely a great answer from our football team.
85 yards on the ground for Gainwell, but about 120 all-purpose. He was sensational. Defense bends a little bit, doesn't break. 17. That's really the last offense you'll see from the Jaguars, because Memphis' D is so good. And here you come.
Yeah, this was critical for us. I mean, we wanted a 2-minute drive. We called the timeout there to make sure we had a minute to go. We had no timeouts when we got the ball, able to move the ball down into field goal position, and a big kick from Riley Patterson once again. That was big to get 3 points on the board, knowing we were getting the ball back there to start the second half.
So balance here a bit. 67 yards. You were really good in the passing game. And look at those rushing yards. Don't look too hard at that. That is all going to change in the second half. And it was nice to see that strong leg of Riley Patterson. That was 49 yards. That looked like it could have been 60 yards.
Yeah, he hit it well. You sit there and you look at we give up 70 yards rushing in the opening drive. They came out and did some good things in the option game. We knew we had to make a couple of adjustments. We wanted to come out and control the second half, and that was the message there at halftime.
You will see the second half in just a minute. Stay tuned. This is fun. Yes. Yeah. Okay. I'll mention it right off the bat. We start the second half with the Mid-South Chevy dealers drive of the game. Okay? All right. Very good.
You're watching the Mike Norvell TV show.
Southern's presenting a fight at the half, closer than many people might have thought. But, you know, this is a game of adjustments, and you guys did exactly that, particularly on D.
Yeah, you know, we knew we were getting the ball back. We wanted to go out and go score get points with our offense, control the game, and defense. We knew that we just had to continue to keep playing. Made some great adjustments, and you know, I knew our guys were going to be ready to go.
Well, you get the ball right off the bat, and this is the Mid-South Chevy dealer's drive of the game. It's really the thing that gives you a little bit of room to relax, and this is a nice drive. Yeah, you know, it was a good mix. You got the ball at Pop Williams on the perimeter, got us off to a good start. Then, you know, been able to come with a run pass to Coxey on the post throw. Kenny Gainwell, you know, does a nice job, good job by our offensive line blocking. I had a couple third down and even a fourth down conversion right here to DeMonte Coxey. I mean, that's the thing I'm really pleased to see. You know, I think we were 3 of 3 on fourth downs yesterday. You know, we've been very efficient with how we've managed the situations. Kylan Watkins, another young man, getting his first touchdown as a Tiger. This was great to see. A good push by our offensive line, being able to get him in the end zone, and you know, great to see the development of that young man. The ball did break the plane. I'm sure you're saying protect the ball all the way through right there. That was a 12-play, 64-yard drive, over 5 minutes, and that was one of the keys. You wanted to keep the ball a little bit longer in the second half. Absolutely. Our defense had played a lot of snaps in the first half, so we wanted to take control of that. I thought we did a good job executing down the field. Defense comes out, gets a quick stop, and then we go back to work here on the offensive side. You know, once again, mixing it on the ground, in the air. You know, really nice job. You over here, Brady going, getting a quick pass there to Sean Dykes. We got a 4th and short, and we were able to draw him off sides, which was a great play there. And then this is a great throw here by Brady. You know, we run the wheel route with Joey Magnifico. You know, Brady's able to contain himself there in the pocket and puts an unbelievable ball there to Joey. You couldn't have placed that any better than he did. Yeah, this is one of probably the most disappointing play yesterday. You know, we had a penalty. We were 3rd down and short. Had a holding call, which made it a 3rd and long situation, and then we had a busted assignment there on the left side, which, you know, Brady never saw the guy coming. They were able to strip the ball and pick it up for the touchdown. You're about to go up 24, and instead it's a 10-point game, so now you really can't breathe a whole lot easier, except for Kadarian Jones. Yeah, you know, you always want to see a response, and this was a great response by our offense. You know, hitting Kadarian, you know, there on the intermediate pass, does a great job after the catch. You know, then we get down there goal line, get into our heavy package, and I thought, JoJo Dorsey leading the way. I mean, he done an exceptional job for us. But Kenny Gainwell getting back to the end zone, and then the defense just came out and swarmed in the second half. It was great to seeing some energy. You know, obviously a lot of excitement, and then here's another big play, man. Colton Cochran with the block. Colton did a wonderful job, not only with what he did on the play, but you know, the communication throughout the game of how they were trying to protect, and he was able to create the big play, which sets up the throwback there to Kenny Gainwell. Love that little wheel route. That thing worked. How about Colton Cochran? He had a block with 2 hurries too. Yeah. He was terrific on special teams. He did a really nice job. And then this is what I like to see. You know, come into the fourth quarter, we put Connor Adair in. We felt like we had the game in control, and Connor came out and just played exceptional. Did an exceptional job yesterday. You know, third down and 10, throws on rhythm on time. Really ran the offense. Put together a really nice drive here. I think Connor ended up being 6 of 7 yesterday in the passing game. Another 3rd down conversion here to Joey Magnifico. Perfectly placed ball. But just moved the ball down the field. I think his only incompletion was one that actually was a drop pass by one of our receivers. But I thought he showed himself really well. And then you talk about another new Tiger, breaking the plane. There's Rodriguez Clark with his first touchdown as a Tiger. Really pleased to see what his development and all the things he's been able to do. And what a great move by Clark, and he's the guy who also blocked the punt, almost blocked 2 of them. What a special player he's going to be. And now you look at the numbers, almost 400 yards passing. Adair was terrific too. Then 15 yards in the second half, remember? 258 total. That was something to see. Brady's numbers, if you don't think he can field now, folks, you're not watching close enough. Kenny with all the yards and 3 touchdowns on the day. Coxie, his usual self. J.J. Russell was outstanding on defense.
He was. J.J. made a lot of great plays, and I was pleased to see the response from our defense in the second half. They, like I said, they had some early success. Our guys came out, they responded. Coach Fuller, had a nice message for him at halftime, and the guys really went out there and played at a high level in the second half, and that's what we needed.
You got to play as a team, that's for sure. Tigers did that all game long, but it all starts with bonding, inside access, with the way the Tigers used that trip to Jackson.
Thing that we do at Lambeth, it's big for our team camaraderie, because at the end of the day, you're going to want to do whatever you can on the field for your brothers.
You just get to learn a lot about people and their stories and their goals, and it's football, but just like any other job or relationship in life, when you know someone's story and you know who they are and you care about them, you're just closer, and that results in more trust, and you listen to someone and you react and respond differently. So I really enjoy those times.
I feel like the closer we get, the closer we'll be able to win more games, because we becoming a family, and you always want to do stuff for your family.
You're always with your position groups every day in meetings here and stuff, but when you get to Lambeth, it blocks out everything else but your team, and so just having 24 hours just hanging out with your team, it definitely brings you closer.
It's a good thing, because you don't know a lot of people's stories and how they got there and what it took them to get there and what they sacrificed to be where they at. So sometimes you tend to just take stuff for granted when you're talking to people or listening, and you just meet them on the field or something, but it'd be a lot deeper than what you know, so that's why it's a good thing we get them.
Wow, we got a lot of time, Coach. Okay, yeah. So you can wax poetic if you would like.
You're watching the Mike Norvell TV show.
Today's Chick-fil-A Inside Access is all about bonding. Every year the Tigers take a trip, they go to Jackson. It's all about becoming a closer family.
Thing that we do at Lambeth, it's big for our team camaraderie, because at the end of the day, you're going to want to do whatever you can on the field for your brothers.
You just get to learn a lot about people and their stories and their goals, and it's football, but just like any other job or relationship in life, when you know someone's story and you know who they are and you care about them, you're just closer, and that results in more trust, and you listen to someone and you react and respond differently. So I really enjoy those times.
I feel like the closer we get, the closer we'll be able to win more games, because we becoming a family, and you always want to do stuff for your family.
You're always with your position groups every day in meetings here and stuff, but when you get to Lambeth, it blocks out everything else but your team, and so just having 24 hours just hanging out with your team, it definitely brings you closer.
It's a good thing, because you don't know a lot of people's stories and how they got there and what it took them to get there and what they sacrificed to be where they at. So sometimes you tend to just take stuff for granted when you're talking to people or listening, and you just meet them on the field or something, but it'd be a lot deeper than what you know, so that's why it's a good thing we get them.
It sure appears the players really enjoy this, and it seems to work. They do come closer together.
It does, and this is one of my favorite times of the year. You know, we're in fall camp. It kind of changes up the scene of where we're at, and really it's all about our team, the relationships that are built. What people don't realize is that these young men, they're spending 4 and 5 years together, and these are the relationships that are going to last them the rest of their lives. And so this is a special time for us, getting to know the story. I love seeing the interactions that our guys have. There's a lot of work that goes on at Lambeth on the field, but it's great to see a lot of the building and the camaraderie that builds off of it.
The workplace next week will be in Mobile. The AutoZone Road Ahead is next. We got a minute 30. Okay, not bad.
Yeah. Think about it. We only have, we have three senior starters on defense.
You're watching the Mike Norvell TV show.
First time this year, Memphis will hit the road. They go to South Alabama, and that is a team you better take very seriously. They're 1-1. They gave Nebraska fits, and then, Coach, yesterday they ran for 400 yards in a win against Jackson State.
Yeah, this is a really good football team. Very well coached, and we had the experience of playing them last year. Our football team understands we're about to have a real battle, and this is a team that presents a lot of different challenges offensively. They mix in the option, multiple in what they do, have some great skill position players. Defensively, very hard-nosed, aggressive in what they do. You watch they only allowed 14 points in the Nebraska game. They did have 3 turnovers where Nebraska scored on them, so that was a difference in the game. But when you sit there and you look at this team, they're going to present challenges in every area. I'm excited about being able to go on the road. We need to, this is a team we're going to have to do that 6 more times this year. Mm-hmm. So it's great to go get our first one and make sure we have a great week of preparation.
It's interesting, but you might have gotten a little prep from Southern for this kind of an option.
Well, it is, and there's going to be some similarities in what we saw, so we're going to have a great week of work and making sure that we're able to go out there and play it at a very high level, but I know our guys will respond.
Game time, 2:30. We'll see you tomorrow. I should say we'll see you next week right here. Have a great week, everybody.
Thanks for watching the Mike Norvell TV show, presented by AutoZone, official sponsor of Tiger Athletics. Visit them at AutoZone.com and start the job fast with free same-day store pickup and next-day delivery. Get in the zone. AutoZone. The show is supported by the Tennessee Lottery, Subway, and Chick-fil-A. This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield IMG College, under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Memphis. The use of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Memphis and Learfield IMG College.